Hey, what's up, y'all? It's John with Superfly, BeSuperfly.com, here to tell you about our latest plugin, Content Intents. You may be familiar with our Image Intents plugin, which brings all kinds of hover effects and text to your image modules in Divi. So be sure to check that one out. And we wanted to do the same kind of effect to the blog module in Divi. So here we have some new blog styles that we've come with. These are using the default Divi blog grid. So we have one style there. We have another style here. And I'll go through the setup of some of these. So these are a nice way to show your blog post. Here's kind of a unique way using the featured image to show that in a unique way. And all these fonts you can change in the module. This one's kind of fun. And so those are the four that we're starting out with. We're going to add more as time goes on. And then I actually added a little bit of custom CSS to some of these to give some extra effects. So here we have this shadow that kind of grows, this line that comes across. I kind of made the buttons bigger there. On this one, when you hover over, it lifts off the page there with a shadow and kind of a up animation kind of deal. Down here, I just kind of had some fun with the colors to do like what a dark blog would kind of look like. It's kind of a hot trend right now. And then again, using that featured image as a background is kind of a cool feature here that you can do if you know a little bit of CSS. And then using the same idea here, but just when I hover, the blog entry moves over a little bit. And like I said, even more styles are coming soon. So first things first, check it out on our site here. We have our hobbyist version. You get use it on two websites, like a developer and a live site, or two live sites if you want, for $25, or unlimited for $45. If you're a super flyer, in the month of September, you got this for free actually. And then after that, super flyers get 25% off. So if you're interested in being a super flyer, click on that link to see how you can get this for 25% off. Or every month we put a new item in the membership for free. So this was September's featured item. So yeah, and then here we have our documentation, where you can go in and actually see all the options that this has. It has a ton of options that we're going to go through. Has a ton of tabs that you can design and whatnot. So with that, I'm going to go through some of this page and some of these options here to show you how this looks. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add a new section here, and we'll just do a single column. And I'm just going to click Insert Modules, and here's my Content Intents module. I'm going to go ahead and open that, and I'm going to do Post Only, but there's a few options there. Feed Count, I'm just going to do 3 for 3 across. And right now, that's my only category, so I can leave that unchecked. It's going to show them. Offset number, that's all normal stuff. Show featured image. Yep. Show author. Do I want to show the date? Show the date as time ago. So this is something new that we added in. So you'll see here it says, this carefully crafted was posted by John 6 days ago. Or 2 hours ago or whatever. That's what that means, as opposed to showing it like, here's just the date, 31 August 2017. But you could change that around too. You can change how you want the date displayed right here. Just check out this date format page. And here's show category, show comment count. Metadata separator. So by default, the metadata separates, I believe by it'll say here. Yeah, by a backslash. But you could have a caret be the separator, or a dash. Really whatever you want in there. How many excerpt characters you want? Should we show a read more? Should that be a button, or should it be a text link? The read more text, the position of the read more button, whether you want that to be left, center, or right. Some of these, these ones are on the left, as opposed to these ones are in the center. There's navigation underneath. On these demo pages, we only have 3 blog posts, but if I had more than that, and I chose to only show 3 at a time, there'd be a next button here and a previous button over there as needed, and you can style those. And then we started getting to some of the options: grid tile, background color. That's for each individual post in there. If I go into design, you'll really see, here's the 4 layouts right now that we can choose between. And then featured image overlay. So here I'm using that in this one here. And that's kind of the typical Divi overlay that you can use for your images there. Text color, obviously, header text options, body text options, meta text options, spacing, and then use custom for the buttons. And then in the advanced tab, you have all these custom CSS spots for the typical before, main, and after, but then also grid item, the actual individual card or blog card, the title, metadata text, featured image, text wrapper, avatar, read more, link button, page navigation, and then our visibility. So that's the whole module right there, just looking through it. So let me go ahead and get out of that, and let me just go through some of these ones that I've gone through. We'll hit this first one first here. Here we go. We're calling this one Atlas. Okay, and like I said, we only have 3 blog posts in this demo. So I have feed count being 10, so it would show more, but yeah. Looks like I'm showing most everything on this one except the comment count. I'm using the custom data separator of the dash there. Left on the read more. And then for the design, these names will be changed to, this one will be called Atlas, like as I mentioned here. And then I have the featured overlay on, my white icon with a dark overlay there. That's what you see there. You can of course pick your icon. Text color dark. I'm using Railway Bold, all uppercase for the font at 18. A little bit of header spacing, a little bit of line height to give it some space there. And that's that right there. Very square spacey looking. Some body line height. Merriweather for the font, or for the metadata there. And actually, I actually think that could go closer together. It looks like my letter spacing for that. Let's see here. Where do I get in the metadata? Letter spacing of 1. I actually think it looks better at 0. So I'm actually going to change that. Yeah, it's a 0. That's great. And the meta line height looks fine to me. And then I'm using custom styles for the button, a smaller font, dark options, Railway Bold, all caps again, no button icon, and no border radius, and some letter spacing. I'll go ahead and save that and refresh, update, because we changed the letter spacing on those. But the first design, Atlas, does include the user's avatar, and to set that avatar, they need to go to their user account in WordPress, or in Gravatar, I mean, and they can set it in Gravatar. So, for example, let me sign into mine here. Yeah, you can see I've selected this image here for mine, and that's what's pulling in. Right now, that's the only one that uses an avatar, but we'll work on another layout that uses an avatar. This Alps one's pretty fun. Let me go ahead and refresh this page and make sure it remembered my letter spacing options. Great. Yep. Okay, sweet. We'll hit Alps real quick too. So Alps, same kind of deal, similar options. I'm not showing as many items, not showing the date. I just tried to do a few different configurations to show what's up with it. And then in the design area, you'll see that here's my the blue overlay, Roboto for the font, my body text color, and then the buttons. And that's pretty much this one. As you can see, in these ones, I don't have much of any. I have a background here of white for the grid item. That makes this part right here white. if I took that off, actually I'll take that off real quick. And then just to show you on the first one, on Atlas, I didn't have any, I don't think I had any CSS back here. Yeah, no. Okay. I think this is the only one that I have some in. That's for the, on the top 4 main demos here. But if we refresh that, now that I took that background away, so there's no background at all. So you can see if by going in to the Alps one here, going into that advanced tab and going down to grid item, I can just have that background there, and then it'll have it. So that's pretty much what's up with Alps there. Let me go ahead and refresh so I can get my white background back. Sweet. Only a couple left here. Himalayas. First screen's always going to be the same on these, so I'm using even less options because there's not a lot of space right here. And I want it to be a little cleaner, kind of more classy looking. And actually, what would really go great with these, and I'll do an example here in a bit, is a flower background. A flower background going around that would be sick. So I'll swap out one of those with a flower really quick to show you what that would do. That's after I go through this here. But you can see here, these options, everything's back here in the options. There's no custom CSS on this one either. So you're able to achieve this look out of the box. Lastly, we have Rockies here. This one's a little different because it's got this special way of showing the date up here, and it's got this cool comment counter. So you have to make sure you have the right font selected to do that. So I actually left that font on default and then went with Oswald for the header and the button. And I think this one, I don't think I have any. Yep, no custom CSS on that one either. Everything's done here in the design space. Yeah, so really happy with how that one turned out. And then on these other ones down here below, the ones that I've added custom CSS to, I've added all that custom CSS here in this top block here, the code styling. So if you download the JSON file for this, which you can, right up here at the top of the page, you can download the styles right here by right-clicking and choose Save Link As, and then you can save that JSON file, and then you would go to your Divi library. Divi here, down here, Divi library. I'm going to open that in a new tab. And then up here I have import and export, and you would just import that file right here, and then we'll bring that layout in. You can load it onto your page. So that all that code is there. And so again, to highlight some of those, here's my default Atlas, and I'll scroll down here, and here's the styled Atlas. It looks the same. The buttons are a little bigger, but it looks the same. And then if I hover over it, that shadow gets a little bigger. Oh, I added a shadow too. The top one doesn't have a shadow, and that shadow gets bigger. So a little interaction goes a long way. Again, here's the top one. No shadow. On hover, just that kind of happens. Yeah. On Alps, same kind of deal. No shadow. This is interactive. A little interactivity there. But then down here on the first Alps, if I hover over, I get that lift. And I took the overlay off here just for an example, but you could have the overlay color on that one as well. Same down here with the lift. And then this one does have the overlay. And we chose like blue on blue with a shadow around to kind of give it this cool look. And then up here, here's the styled, or here's the default Himalayas. And I thought, man, it'd be cool if I can get rid of this background, make this text white, and have a color overlay over that. And so that's what this is. And I'm sure you could even do things like on hover, that background image grows a little bit, gets a little bigger, but stays within the confines of this. I'm sure that can happen. And over time, I should probably work up that example. That'd be sweet. And then here's another Himalayas one where we just moved the positioning of the blog piece, made it a little bigger, and then overlapped it. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to swap out a few of these images here, like that floral one, And let's just see how that affects. So I'll probably change this first one to like a flower pattern. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I found a couple images here. I found this flower image here, and then I also found this mountain one here that I think would be pretty cool. So I've opened up a couple posts. Here's the Made with Love that currently has this desk scene there. And actually, I'm going to open this up in a new tab. That way, afterward, I can remember what I did. Has this desk scene, and then I also have Carefully Crafted, which has this desk and chair, which this is the guy. And so we're just going to swap these out here. So this is Made with Love. We'll do the flower one on this guy. Remove that image, set featured image, and we're just going to go ahead and add the flower there. And then let me move my picture here so I can actually set it. There we go. And then I'm going to update that post. And then same here with the sky. We're just going to remove this featured image, update it with the mountains. And normally I'd go in and change the title and alt text, all that great stuff. Update. Okay, I don't need these guys anymore. Let me go ahead and move this over. Alright, so now I'm just going to refresh this page, and we'll just see how much these images affect what we're doing here. So yeah, right away you kind of see some updates there. That's bold, very beautiful. But yeah, like I mentioned, that looks sweet with the flowers going around it. And same with that color from the range going around that one. Really beautiful. And then those look pretty good there too. But down here on the styled ones, for that one, like that is really nice. Same with that there. And then those aren't bad. So yeah, that's a quick run through of content intent. Be sure to check out, you can download the styles here, the JSON file. There's instructions right there on how to load it to your site. Yeah, and be sure to check out the documentation. And yeah, we would love it for you to become a customer and buy content intents from us. Our support is top notch. We won't leave you hanging. And our goal is to give you the best tools out there, whether it be child themes, layouts, or plugins for your Divi site. So thanks again for watching this video, and stay fly.